Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome to our video. We are from second group in translation course, and now we are going to explain about translation principles. Okay, for your information, the first speaker is Wasi, and the second speaker is me, Nadia, and the third speaker is Eko, and the fourth or the last speaker is Sela. Now let's watch our PowerPoint.
My name is Nurwasi Ani, and I'm in here want to explain about translation principles. There are no universally accepted principles of translation because the only people who are qualified to formulate them have never agreed among themselves, but have so often and for so long contradicted each other that they have bequeathed to us a volume of confused talks such as the following. Based on Savory, there are several translation principles that accepted. And the first, a translation must give the word of the original. The next is a translation must give the ideas of the original. And then a translation should read like an original. And a translation should read like a translation. And then a translation should reflect the style of the original. A translation should possess the style of the translation. And next, a translation should read as a contemporary of the original. And a translation should read as a contemporary of the translator. And a translation may add to or omit from the original. And then a translation may never add to or omit from the original. The next is a translation of verse shall be in verse. And the last, a translation of verse shall be in prose. That's for me.
Okay, I am Nadia Bella, and now I am going to explain about the principles of literal or faithful translation. The first is literal translation never allowed themselves to forget that they are a translator. Next, literal translation is not the original writer. The third is literal translation is just an interpreter of the writer work. And the last is writer expression toward their work must be preserved on literal translation. Next, it's about several problems of literal translation. The first problem, it's too difficult to maintain the accuracy, clearness, and precision of the work. The second problem is have a gaps of language from source language to target language, SL to TL. Okay, thank you. Next, Pak Eko.
The next is the principles of idiomatic or free translation. Idiomatic is some groups of words that exist. Idiom meaning or not real meaning. Translators are entirely legitimate to include any idiomatic expression that may seem similar to the origins. The first requisite of the Indonesia translation is that it shall be Indonesia or vice versa.
Last is the choice whether a translation should be literal or idiomatic depends on the intended readers. At least there are four groups of readers can be distinguished. In the first group, those who knows nothing at all of the original language who read it from curiosity or genuine interest. The first group, they are happy with the free translation. It satisfies their curiosity. They read it easily without the pains of thought. Second, the students who are learning the language of original. The second group are best helped by the most literal translation. It helps them to catch the implication of the different construction of the language they are studying. Third, the readers who knew the language in the past but have now forgotten almost the whole of its early knowledge. This third group prefer the translation that sounds like a translation. It brings back more neatly the memories of their early scholarship and gives them a subconscious impression that they are almost reading the original language. The last or fourth group is scholars who still know the language. In this group, who knows both the method and styles of the original, may find pleasure in occasional touch of scholarship, or may perhaps enjoy making comments that are more caustic and critical.
Okay, that's all from our group. The second group, maybe we have so many mistakes. I'm so sorry for that, and thank you for your best attention. See you on the next video. Goodbye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.